So whenever y'all ready, let's go.
You act like I don't be practicing what I preach. And you see what I'm doing. You see I'm up on the mic. I handle my business.
Hey, bro, this really is bothering you, huh? This is really bothering you.
You know he always got an audio issue. We could all be on the mic, no fans. He's still gonna say something.
Hey, next time I'll just take my video off and I'll smirk so you won't see it.
Welcome to Acoustic Chef. This is WiLL.
This is Ebony.
This Capel.
And this is your girl, Regina.
Damn, Gina. What you sipping on, Gina?
This is Riesling.
Riesling.
Don't ask me what brand.
With the queen glass. I like that.
Yeah.
Ebony got something in her cup, too.
I got a margarita with some watermelon Ciroc floating in there.
All right.
That's what I wish I had. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's wrong with box wine? Is that like some cheap wine or something like that?
I drink it all.
Well, I was watching this movie with Salma Hayek.
It is cheap.
What's that dude? Alex Baldwin? My drunk parents or whatever, and they had fell from grace, and she was in the they was rich, and she went into like the grocery store, and the homegirl rolled up on her and was like, "Is that box wine in your basket?"
It definitely is cheap.
I saw that
movie.
It is cheap. We used to use it at like college parties. And
yeah,
stuff.
definitely.
A box of wine.
I never understood that. Like, if something tastes good and they get the job done, then hey, let's roll with it.
Yeah, but it's like how some of y'all drink black coffee. It's an acquired taste. Once you drink more wine, you can't. Like when I first started drinking wine, I would drink Moscatos. I can barely drink that now because it's too sweet for me. But I can do like Moscato DST. But now, like red wine is my thing. But I couldn't do that before. And it has to be dry. Can't be sweet.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess my wife is like that. I don't know. Maybe my taste buds just like just dull. Cause I could drink. I mean, I've been drinking wine for a little while now. I mean, when me and my wife went to San Francisco and we did all them wine tastings, and I started liking wine when we did that. And even when we went on that trip, Regina, that wine tour.
Did y'all buy any?
Yeah, we bought a lot. Yeah, we bought a lot of wine. It was cheap too. We went to like 3 different vineyards.
Yeah.
And it was fun. But all them different tastes. I mean, it was good. But then when I drink the cheap wine, I'm like, that shit good too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still good.
Yeah,
it's still good.
Yeah.
Damn, you drink wine?
I do. I mean, I'm kind of like I'm not a connoisseur. I'm just like I guess like you or whatever. I like whatever tastes good for the moment. I don't really like beer or nothing like that or whatever.
That first beer, when it's a hot day, I don't like beer either. But when it's hot, that first one, a Corona or Dos Equis, oh my gosh. But after that, like people drink like 6 or 7. I don't know. Yeah, it's not good, but it's refreshing. Yeah.
I gotta have a lime in it though.
And all of your beer, even the cheap beer?
I don't drink beer. If I'm gonna drink it, it's gonna be like Dos Equis, or it's gonna be a Corona, like she said, or whatever.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I gotta have a lime in it.
I drink beer when I go like to hang out sometimes, because if I don't want to drink nothing hard, because I mean the little buzz you get from beer is like just enough. It's like sometimes that's just what I need. I don't want to drink a glass of vodka, But then I don't drink like them heavy beers. Like I went to Yard House one time, and I was with a group of people that got one of them like them sampler things. Yeah. Man, that shit was disgusting.
And thick like Guinness.
All them damn beers. Yeah, some of them was dark and like I was like, no, I don't see how people do this. Yeah, like that's
I did that. I did that at Outback one time. They bring it like a little flight out to you on a like a boomerang.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the light ones are okay, but like you say, the dark ones, I don't know what it is, hops or
they're bitter.
I don't know what the hell it is, but it's like it's real bitter or whatever.
Fucking muddy water. It's just something you ain't supposed to drink. And then people like I got beer shamed before. I was somewhere and I was like, yeah, let me get a Bud Light Lime. You drink Bud Light Lime? That ain't no real beer. I was like, what the hell is happening right now? Like, beer shame me. Make me not want to go drink my beer in the corner.
But I've been on this like whatever I sip now is hard and it's like straight, like Henny straight or like tequila or whatever. Like I don't need no ice or none of that. Cause
Hmm.
I don't drink that much, so I'm gonna take a couple of shots and I'm good.
Yeah,
It's
you
because
you
you're getting
thugging it,
old.
thug.
That's that old man shit. Just
Really?
drinking alcohol with no ice. Just pour the glass and just start drinking. You gonna be drinking out the bottle pretty soon.
So that must be what you doing now then, right?
Nah.
No.
Honestly, I cannot drink alcohol with no ice. Like that shit is hard. I mean, I don't see how people do that. Or not. Well, not ice, but cold. It got to be
Yeah, I
cold for
like it
me.
cold, chill.
Talking about like even like brown and like Henny and gin and stuff like that.
I said
Some,
alcohol. That's everything that
yeah,
falls into
even
the group of
me.
alcohol.
I'm a
It need to
brown
be
drinker.
Cold?
cold.
I love
Yeah,
Henny. I like Crown, but I want it on ice,
Yes,
yeah.
always on ice.
That's
I ain't
or
trying
crazy.
to
with a
drink that
cool,
shit
or
hot.
with a cool mixer.
Yeah, I got chaser shamed before because I said
You
like I'm a
you
like
got some
I
juice after?
nah I drink what I drink what I like I like what I like. I went to the casino one time and I asked the lady for let me get a Henny with a cherry coke and she was like cherry coke. Like yeah, can I get a Henny with cherry coke? That's what I
Yeah,
want. You know what I'm saying?
rightfully shamed.
She
Rightfully
turned she
shamed.
turned her back laughing at you. And she tapped her
Cherry.
coworker. Girl, he want a
Exactly.
cherry coke. He want a cherry coke.
Look, man,
See,
For
I
his
trying to get some
Henny.
Robitussin in here.
like what I like.
Hell,
Hey,
yeah.
that's pretty. That's pretty damn funny. Yeah.
Anyway, what's
How's
up with
your
y'all?
week been going?
Ooh, I
Oh,
don't even know where to start.
I thought I
hold on, hold
had
on, hold on,
I
hold on.
thought I
What? Go
Oh,
ahead,
go
go
Damon.
ahead,
Go
go
ahead.
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 Nah,
Oh,
go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, man, I just came from this place called Miami Spice out here in Katy. Oh my God. Jerk mac and
This is a strip
cheese.
club.
Jerk,
Oh,
mac and
Jerk,
cheese. Oh my god!
jerk, jerk mac and cheese.
And where's
hey,
Katie? Because this is like
Miami
an
Spice?
international show. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Where's Katie?
Katy, Texas.
Oh, Katie, Texas. Okay.
it's right
Jerk mac
outside of
and
Houston. This is for the people
cheese.
that don't know that. Jerk mac and cheese. So like it's like jerk seasoning mac and cheese, or it got meat in it. Like what?
No,
What's the
sir. Jerk
size of
chicken.
jerk? Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
jerk chicken cut up, whatever other type of spices and stuff like that, and it's like full of cheese, like the thick elbow macaroni. It was off the chain, and they
Mm.
Miami
uh
Spice?
Yeah.
yeah
Where?
yeah
Where in Katy?
on fried roll like frying clay.
That's close to me.
Oh,
Yeah
okay.
they
That's not that far.
yeah they good. Yeah they real good. They had I had fried fish too, and we had the shrimp and grits. That was good. The fish was top five. Like
Okay. Give me a couple in your top five so I can know what to compare it to.
okay, so Papados is in my top five, most definitely. Um, I want to say it got a couple of spots back home, but
Here we
it
go.
escaped. It escaped. No, Orleans is alright too, but I never really. I mean, honestly, my fish at home be pretty good, so
Hey, mine too. I ain't gonna lie, my fish be
yeah,
banging.
I never order fried fish when I go out with it. It's a rare occasion that I order, and I ordered this. It was off the chain.
Now the reason why I ask is because man, I be disappointed when I be going to get fried fish, but
Did you ever go to Bill's Fish and Fire in Pineville?
nah.
Hey, they fish used to go hard. They had probably the best fish that I ever had or whatever. Smack and Max was pretty good. Oh
I
yeah,
like Smack and Max.
and Robbie G's.
I like
They,
Robbie
they
G's
was
too.
alright too. So they
So
on
they on point with all them you just named. Okay, then I'm gonna have to try that out because Papa Do's.
yeah
I like Papa Do's. If you put somebody in the same category as Papa Do's, then I feel like I can rock with that.
yeah, and they from Jamaica and Puerto Rico. They from Miami by way of Jamaica and Puerto Rico.
Is it black
Miami,
owned?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep,
Miami Spice. Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
have to
they
check
straight.
that out. Appreciate it, Damon. Keep assisting and giving me high blood pressure. It's all good.
That's why you fasting right now, huh?
You damn right. I've been doing terrible since we got back. You asked how everybody asked how our week went. Man, this week been terrible. I mean, when I say terrible, it is what it is. You know, going back to work. You know, as far as the kids coming back and getting ready for school, but it's been stressful, and it's been definitely weighing on me as far as how I've been eating, because I've been ordering food and not even giving a damn. But I got to get back. I got to get back right. So yeah, it's been a long week.
Well, I thought I had I thought I had the coronavirus earlier this week.
Oh no.
I had
Oh,
a fever. It wasn't that. I had a fever and a headache that wouldn't go away. It was like pounding. Like, you know how on cartoons, when they get hit with something, they hit, swell up
Throbbing.
and down. Oh my God. And it wouldn't go away. I took Tylenol and Advil, and the fever went down, but the headache wouldn't go away. So I went and got a rapid test on Tuesday, and it was negative. And so I was like, well, what the hell is wrong with me if I'm not dying of COVID? What's wrong with me for real? Because, like, you can't get regular sick no more. Either it's COVID or you're
I
fine.
know, right?
Hmm.
Right.
So
But you got to get tested again, though, Gina.
I did. So the
Oh,
next
okay.
day, I
Nah, that
went
might
to
be too
the,
soon.
I went to the doctor's office. Well, after she diagnosed it as a sinus infection, they
Yeah.
did a flu test and a COVID test, and then they gave me a shot of steroid, like a steroid shot. And once that happened, the headache went away, the fever went down, and they haven't come back since.
Okay, that's
So
what's up.
I've been fine since, but I had to take 2 days off. So now, like, I'm 2 days behind and trying to scramble to
Catching up,
catch up.
yeah.
Yeah,
See,
it
see that,
sucks.
see your doctor better than my doctor, and let me tell you why I say that. So I share with Regina. You know, I knew about this already. I shared with Regina that I went through something similar for like 2 weeks, and I ain't shared with y'all, but I had like my head was hurting, you know, and I got high blood pressure, so I thought that it was high blood pressure. So I went to my
Hmm.
doctor. She checked everything. Everything was fine. I mean, my blood pressure at home was fine too. But I was like, it got to be something. Maybe I got, you know, some blockage or something. I'm thinking the worst. I'm thinking I gotta have heart surgery or some shit, right? So she checked, did an EKG, and the rhythms was fine. She said, "Well, do you have, you know, maybe you stressed out?" I was like, "Well, I don't feel stressed out, but maybe it is." She said, "Do you have anxiety because it sounds like you have a tension headache?" And I was like, I don't feel anxious. I don't know if I am or not, but I don't feel anxious." So when I listen to you, Regina, you say, "Well, you know, they did the test. They ain't do no damn COVID test on me. They ain't do no damn flu test on me. She ain't give me no shot for sinuses." I'm like, I probably had the same thing you had, like some, you know, sinuses or something. And I'm like, my doctor said, "Well, you good. Get the hell out of my office." What kind of shit is that?
What?
Yeah.
At least they don't automatically assume that you're pregnant, because that's what the first day when I got the corona test, the doctor came out and he was like, "Well, you don't have the virus, so I mean, maybe you could be pregnant." And I was like, "Get out of here with that. There's nothing. No, I'm not having any more babies." And he said, "Oh, no babies?" I said, "If it was like an immaculate conception." And he said, "Oh, so no Jesus, baby? You just missed that blessing." And I said, I don't want the blessing. Give the blessing to somebody else.
Right.
I'm not pregnant. So I need you to think of something else this could be." And he said, "Monitor for more symptoms." Well, I didn't get any relief, and my head felt like it was going to explode. So that's why I went to the regular doctor the next day. And then she did like all of these tests, and she gave me a shot, and she was like, "Sit tight, and we're gonna make sure that you don't have the flu, you don't have the virus." And so I felt violated because she was like, "I'm gonna give it the shot in your hip." And then when I like pulled up my skirt, she was like, "No further back." And so like I ended up exposing my whole ass to the world to get this shot. But I was fine after that. Like
Better,
I
yeah.
felt better, so much better.
Well,
So
we glad you
Man,
good. We glad you good, Regina.
thank
that
you.
ass shot, man, that's probably the worst shot in the world, man. I hate that shit.
Terrible. It's
You
terrible.
had ass shots before?
Like Kim, like
Like
Kim and
Kim,
Kylie.
Kim K.
Oh yeah, and Nikki.
Her too.
Boy, oh boy.
The
What we
Barb's
talking
gonna
about
come
today?
after you.
Yeah, hold up. Speaking of Nikki, even though this ain't got nothing to do with her, it got something to do with Cardi B and
That
what's her
boy said,
name?
speaking to Nikki, and said it ain't got nothing to do
Ain't
with
got
her.
nothing
What
to
The
the
do with
hell?
Barb's are
it.
gonna
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Barb's are gonna come after
It
you.
conjured
They
it
will.
conjured it conjured up you know, the thoughts or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Uh Nikki and Megan Thee Stallion got a song called WAP.
You mean
What?
Cardi?
I ain't say Cardi B.
No, you
No,
said
yeah,
You
you
said
Nikki.
did.
Nikki.
They
You
they
said
Oh, my
coming
Nikki.
bad.
after you.
Man, I'm sorry.
And
Barb's
yeah,
don't come
Andrew,
after
it
Ebony,
ain't us.
Gina, or
yeah,
Cabell.
It's not
give B
us.
Will all the smoke or whatever. But anyway, not Nikki. I'm sorry, I apologize. Cardi B and damn, what's that?
Megan
Megan
Thee
Thee
Stallion.
Stallion.
Megan Thee
Megan Thee
Stallion.
Megan Thee
Stallion.
Stallion. That's right.
Houston's
Megan Thee
own.
Stallion.
Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion or whatever. They got a song called WAP or
Wow.
What?
I mean, yeah,
WAP.
WAP, yeah, and it's an acronym.
Wet ass
uh,
pony.
yeah,
Wet ass
lubricated
pony.
lubricated female genitalia or whatnot.
Okay.
Wet,
naturally
wet,
lubricated.
wet
Huh?
ass feline.
And so this has caused like a major stir like in the world. Like we got corona going on, we got people losing their jobs, you know what I'm saying? Unemployment is probably at the highest it's been since the Great Depression and stuff like that or whatever. We got people dying everywhere. And WAP has caused mass hysteria. Mass hysteria.
Yo,
Massive.
I'm gonna be real quick with this one. In the
Me
words
too.
of the not so great worst president that ever lived, Donald Trump, this is fake news
Yep.
because these songs have been out for years. You remember Kaya, my neck, my back. What's the
Grown folks
difference?
music.
You know
That
what I'm
might have
saying?
been that
What's
might have
the
been a little bit more raunchy, you know what I'm saying?
exactly? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what with Trina was like. I mean, Lil Kim, like these songs have been out. They got
Yeah.
they got so many songs out that's even worse than that. For
Yeah,
this,
and men have put
you
out
know.
worse songs
Oh, you're
about
right. You
women
right. You right.
and their
Yeah.
own, you know?
And I mean, and you know, it's crazy because it's so normalized with men that my brain didn't even go to men. It just went to, pointing out women who've made songs about, sex and their bodies and stuff throughout the years. This is not nothing to be talking about. All
It's
the people
not.
that's criticizing them. We had a show earlier where we talked about the influence on kids. And if you still want to talk about the influence on kids, I stand with what I believe because it doesn't change. It's the same music they've been making. It's the
Right.
same music. But as
Yeah.
far as for grown folks, ain't what's wrong with it. We all
Yeah.
we all love what they saying as adults.
Right.
We live it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the problem? This shouldn't even be a conversation.
It shouldn't. I mean, the song is okay. It's not even like phenomenal or groundbreaking. It's just okay. It's kind of boring. I like the video, but I mean, I could take it or leave it. I'm
Yeah.
bored. What's next?
Yeah. I agree. What's next? I don't see what the big deal is. And like when it comes to the children, of course I don't want my kids to listen to it, but when it came out, I asked my daughter, I said, had you heard of this? Oh yeah, I already seen the video. I'm like, damn, I failed. But it's my responsibility. It's not their responsibility to monitor my children. It's mine.
Hmm.
So we
Facts.
had a discussion about it. I mean, she's like, yeah, I seen it. I heard it. Now I moved on to something else
But I
while
mean,
we're still talking about it.
I mean, why is Tucker Larson talking about it on Fox News? You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
Oh, because Cardi is talking to Biden. That's why.
everything got to be political. Everything got to be political. This,
Hmm.
when somebody like Tucker Carlson is talking about it, and somebody, people in politics are talking about it, it's really more than anything is a distraction.
Hmm.
That's all it is because they know these songs exist. He probably be listening to it, wishing his wife was on on WAP. You
Real.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, they
What
not
is
oblivious to this
WAP?
stuff.
What is that?
But
Imagine
why
Tucker Carlson walking in the house like, baby, what that WAP like? What that WAP like? What that WAP like? Nah.
Very about
but
to.
why do we hold this platform that mostly young African Americans do? Why is it held to a different standard than the porn industry, which is $1 billion industry?
Well, hip hop is blamed for everything, right? We're the reason why people are killing and drugs are being sold. I mean, I do think that, and I'm being sarcastic there.
Yeah.
Of course, I still think that there's a platform that is being utilized for more bad than good. But at the end of the day, if someone made a movie, it doesn't even have to be porn. It could be a Monsters Ball. It could be anything, and we're gonna talk about it as art. But if it's in music, you must live that life. Like, why are you talking about street stuff if you're not from the streets? Why are you talking
Hmm.
about sexual things? Like, why are you doing it? And I do think in the music industry, black artists, especially women, are held to a different standard of what they can talk about. It just goes back to monitoring and trying to police our bodies and what we say. You may not agree with it, but don't listen to it. But there's a lot of things. Even when you look into the porn industry, who's the leaders in the porn industry? What demographics there?
Yeah, yeah.
But you know,
I
they don't
mean,
want to talk about that.
we live in a male dominated, male chauvinistic world or whatnot. I don't like. There's nothing in me that's telling me that I should have an issue with this, like none whatsoever. One of my homeboys, like, I went in, I had to go listen to it because I hadn't heard it. but everybody was talking about it. So I was just so happened to be chopping it up with one of my dogs, and I'm like, bro, what's up with WAP? Like, why is everybody tripping? Like, what's going on? This the best song ever, or what's up?
Not the
and,
best song.
and he started throwing shade on it, and he was like, one of his arguments was, well, would you listen to that with your daughters? I'm like, bro, are you serious,
That,
bro?
yeah,
I wouldn't listen
exactly.
to a
Like
lot of things with my
that's that
daughter.
that that can't
Exactly.
be the argument. That can't be
You
the
know what I'm
argument. Like
saying?
I won't even have a conversation with somebody if that's how that's the reason why they arguing that this song is wrong or whatever. I mean, hell no. It's songs I wouldn't listen to. I don't have no kids, but it's songs I wouldn't listen to my child if I had one or anybody else's child that's not even touching the surface of that song.
Exactly.
You
So
know?
dude send me pictures of girls all day from Instagram and girls twerking and all of that. I'm not then turning to my daughter. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? So like
Well, speaking of all of that, I asked my son. My son is 17. I said, "Have you you heard that song? Have you heard it or seen the video?" Yeah, I watched the video twice. And my husband's over there, no
that mean
problem.
that
I'm
mean he
like,
watched it. That mean he watched it 10 times.
Yeah, right. And my husband's over there cheesing. I'm like, oh, so you're proud of that? Like, you're proud our son watched it, but it's an issue. Our
I
girls saw
mean,
it.
they
Yeah,
made it for somebody to be entertained, and he was
yeah.
entertained by it. You know what I'm
He
saying?
was, but I mean,
Hello.
it. Like I said, this is grown folks' music. But like I said, it's my
Yeah.
responsibility. But
Yeah.
he seen it before I got to it, so.
I mean, to go back to your question, then when you said like, why is it okay, for them, I forgot exactly how you asked the question, as far as the reference to the porn industry. But I was gonna say, Dave Chappelle said it best. If you saw, I can't remember it was one of the specials on Netflix when he was talking about transgenders. And if you got to go check it out. With the jokes he make about the LGBT community, it's hilarious. But anyways, he was saying that the only reason why this is okay is that it became okay is because white men decided that they wanted to do it. Anytime white men decided they want to do something, then it's okay. Because when being gay was not popular and being gay was I'm one of those people who believe you got a right to do whatever you want. I don't care if you're gay or not. Whatever you want to do, that's your business. But when being gay was not popular, like being black has never been popular, it was frowned upon by mostly white men. And then when somebody like Bruce Jenner decides that he wants to become a woman, all of a sudden we embrace, transgenders,
Yeah.
which the world, they should have had the heart to embrace people like that, period, long time ago. But, a famous American hero decided that he wanted to do it, and now we embrace it. And I'm not like calling him out. I'm just calling out the system and how things are. When white
Yeah.
men want to do something, that's when things become okay. When prominent white
That's a
men want to
fact.
do something, that's when things become okay. And to go with what you said, Damon, when porn started, it was white people. It was white men dominating white women and some black women, because it took a while before black women was even let into the porn industry. And it was okay because white men started that process. If anybody else would have started that process, it would have been denigrated. It would have been wrong. And that's just the way it is.
So just check out some of these double standards that I just to contrast and compare and contrast. If I said it backwards or whatever. So everybody tripping off the WAP, but Trump said grab him by the P, and
Locker
people
room
tripped
talk.
off that, huh? Yeah,
Locker room
that's
talk.
just locker room talk or whatever. We got the late great Hugh Hefner. We got Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein, or however you pronounce his name. That
Boy
was,
said Weinstein.
yeah, Weinstein, like the Bernstein.
Bernstein Bears.
He was terrorizing women for years. You know what
Years.
I'm saying? Cosby allegedly has been terrorizing women for years. Raping and pillaging is a mantra that's used in every mid evil movie or whatever. Anything about any type of kingdom, raping and pillaging is like a glamorous mantra that's used. That's not a problem because it's men doing it. You know what I'm saying? Insane clown posse, smack my bitch up. Eminem, even chicks that I rape come. He said that. Pimp C talks about pregnant P. It's the best. All the stuff Snoop Dogg done said. Ice Cube, the Ghetto Boys, this D is for you. Tip Drill.
Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Lil
Lil
Wayne.
Bow
I
Wow.
mean,
I'm
it's
just
bad.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Rick Ross put a pill
Yeah.
in a
Oh
drink.
my
Didn't even
goodness.
know it.
And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
then to flip it to the even if we go back in the past or whatever, you got Fiona Apple did a whole video in her panties and bra. You know what I'm saying? We got Madonna. Shout out to Madonna. That was my first crush when I was 5 years old.
What?
Yeah, I like
Mm.
Madonna for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
but Madonna was so controversial
She
because
was.
she was
She
owning her
was.
sexuality. So I don't
Yeah,
even think like with those women, yeah, they did do those things, and I understand that they're white women, but it was even difficult for them. You know, they were being policed. Where when men did it, I mean, you were a rock star if you painted your nails and jumped off of the speakers in underwear.
yeah.
You know, so
One of the most famous females in the world or whatever. That's I don't know why she's not more known for the negativity or whatever. Is the famous picture of Andy Warhol that he took of Marilyn Monroe with her dress blowing up. You know what I'm saying
Yeah, standing
from a
over the
street
grate.
vent,
Mm-hmm.
from an air vent or whatever. And that's cool because that's a white woman
it's
doing it or
art.
whatever. Yeah, it's art now. And like I say, I took my daughters to see Picasso. This dude been dead for 1,000 years, and his art is still on. It's still being spread around the world. He's on tour right now, or whatever, and it's all perverted. Like he was the first Hugh Hefner. You know what I mean? But that's art though. But what these young girls doing, it's a problem with it.
Of
I've
course.
only seen it one time or whatever. I didn't see nothing. I mean, it was
I
How did you
mean,
nothing.
feel? How did you feel when you watched it?
I
I didn't
mean,
even
there's
finish
bad.
it. I
There's
stopped like
they
after the
some
first
bad
minute.
chicks or whatever, but I mean, we got Instagram and dude, it's like you see that all day now. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
It's not
what?
nothing spectacular to see. When I started the video, and part of me watching the video was simply because of, like Damon said, the people talking. Prior to that, I wouldn't even watch the video. I don't watch videos. I don't really care about watching videos. I didn't even hear the song, so I listened to the song first, and then I went and watched the video because I was like, well, maybe it's something in the video that's controversial because I'm listening to the song and it sounds like one of their regular joints. And after I watched the video, after the first 45 seconds to a minute, I stopped it. And it wasn't because it wasn't a good video. I
It's
mean, it was
only because of the
choreographed
name,
well.
bro. It's
Yeah, it
only
was.
because of the name.
That's what it is. You're right. That's what it is. But after I watched it, it was choreographed well. It looked like a good video. It just I stopped watching it because I could see that it wasn't a controversial video, and that's why I wasn't
Well,
going to see it.
there was a controversy behind the video, and there was a petition that was started. I don't know if you all heard about that, about
Mm-mm.
Kylie
Jenner to
being
remove
Jenner
her.
being in it. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
people started
What was
a
that about?
well because they felt like because she wasn't black, she shouldn't have been in the video, basically.
People
I
hate
did
the
see that.
Kardashians. People
I
hate
did. I
them.
did see that. I saw that, and that was controversial because somebody got in their feelings about it and started a conversation about it. And Cardi B came out and made the statement that she had her in there because she wanted to show that women, and the way she said it made it sound really messed up. But she
So
said
white
women
girls don't
without.
have WAP?
Well, no, that's not what she meant. She was saying she wanted her in the. She said she wanted her in there because they had other women in there, and they were women who were like, doing big things. And she said she
Yeah,
wanted to show
Normani
she wanted
Corday
her
was
in
in it.
there. Yeah, she said she wanted to show her because she wanted to show that women who don't have talent, and what she meant by like musical or like entertainment type talent. But the way
Mm-hmm.
she said it was like, well, Kylie Jenner don't have talent. She's like damn near a billionaire.
Well,
She's
she
doing
is
all
a
these things.
billionaire.
She's a billionaire. So,
Yeah,
but that's not what she meant. She meant
yeah,
she don't sing, she don't rap. She's not a musician. But that's the reason why she said she had her in the video. But it don't
yeah. I
even
had
matter
no
why she had her in the
problem. I
video.
had no problem that she was in there. But we do want to give a shout out to Normani Corday. She was in it as well. She
Mm-hmm.
is from well, actually, she's from New Orleans. She moved to Houston after Katrina. She was a member of Fifth Harmony, and now she's a solo star. She's hella talented. So
Mm-hmm.
they recognize and they put her in it. So I
I didn't
appreciate
even
it.
know. I watched the video, and then when I saw that Kylie Jenner that it was a petition, I was like, she was in the video.
Yeah, she
I
just
didn't even get
walked.
that far. I didn't even
Yeah,
get
she
that
just
far.
walked. It was
She
at
just
the end. She
walked
just
down the
walked.
Who
hall. That
paying
was it.
attention to this stuff like this? I don't get it. Like for real? Who gives a damn?
The fans, I guess the super fans.
Or
So I
maybe
don't
it's
know.
me because I just don't care about nothing. Like it's another people tripping because I think somebody put a caption up. that Kylie Jenner said that she was a brown skinned girl and people was all up in arms about that. I'm like, bro, y'all don't got nothing better to do with y'all lives. Like,
I
I
haven't
just
heard
the
that.
I just
damn.
think people hate the Kardashians, and they are like. I mean, I don't care for the Kardashians myself. Like, I'm not watching their show. I'm not buying her makeup. I'm not, whichever one of them has makeup. I'm not buying their
You
clothes. What
know,
they have, I'm not participating in it.
Yeah, but you're not worried about them either, you know?
I'm not.
Yeah.
They just, they hoard black men and ruin them, and then cast them off and go get another one and do the same thing again. So
Hold
I'm
up,
just.
hold up,
the same
Gina.
people, that hate the Kardashians are the same people that will hate you for coming up and becoming rich and doing something with your life.
Not
Like,
true.
you
Well,
know,
No,
it's a
not
little
the same
different.
thing. You're
let
not
me
the same
let me
thing.
tell you why I say that, and of course in a I mean in general, I'm speaking in general, and what I mean by that is when somebody come up, they come up. If you worried about why somebody come up, then maybe that's part of the reason why you hadn't come up yet. And when I say worry about it, I'm not saying you have an opinion on it. I'm saying like you literally hate somebody or you literally don't care for a person because of the way they come up. If somebody is doing wrong, if somebody is being unethical and immoral, fine. But if the Kardashians, I don't care for the Kardashians just because I don't care for them. But if they like black men, then they gonna feed that appetite.
That's
If
not the only thing. They are like the biggest appropriators of black culture. And I just like, I'm not feeling it. Like,
well, I don't know them like that. I don't follow them. I don't pay attention to nothing they do.
if
So
you
I don't follow
did,
them, but
you would
they
see
everywhere.
that. Yeah, they're you don't have to follow them. They're
Yeah,
being
I still
in
know.
your face at the end of WAP videos.
So
And they're just
what
but
go away.
they didn't call somebody and be like, hey, look, y'all can't have this video if we ain't on it. We'll like
No, of course
called,
not.
they were
Nah.
giving a phone call and asked Kylie, can you please be on our video? So you can't blame her for that, Gina.
No, and I don't think she
Basically,
does. I think that
I don't
Gina
blame her for
said,
that.
we don't have a
Um,
problem that she was in the video. I don't
I
think
don't,
Gina's
yeah,
saying
I don't
that.
care about that. I'm just
but
like the
okay,
Kardashians in general. They're like a virus. And I'm just like, I don't.
So like
but
the things that y'all look at with them probably are true. I don't know. I'm not informed because like y'all say that they're in your face. Not in my circle. I never see nothing
exactly,
about the Kardashians.
what are they
So for
doing?
some people, like for me, I would have to know exactly the stuff that they do to know what y'all talking about to be like, oh, okay, I see what
Bro,
you're talking about. Because
they
I don't
not
pay
doing
attention to
nothing.
them at all. I don't pay attention to them at all.
They
Well,
not doing nothing in their
I
real
guess you
life.
kind of have to be a black woman. Yeah, they're living their lives, but when she was talking about the appropriation piece of it, you kind of got to realize a lot of things as ghetto when we do it, but then when the
Mm-hmm.
Kardashians do it, it becomes a trend and it's Vogue
Right.
fashion. And
Mm-hmm.
no. And when she talked about the men, and it can be it's based on opinion, but black men, we don't, I can understand why everybody likes black men. They should. Y'all are kings, but at the end of the day, it's like
Mm-hmm.
every black man that becomes a part of that family becomes crazy
A
or
hot ass
it's
mess.
on drug, and it's just like, and I'm not saying that they're
Every
the only
single
people,
one of them. All of
but
them.
there's not one. So that is where a lot of people have issue. So
Okay.
maybe we don't hate the Kardashians, but to sit and say, oh, they're not doing anything. Yeah, they're living their lives. A lot of people live their lives. So did the wife on slave plantations. They live their lives while the black woman breastfed their babies. They live their lives, but we still have an issue with it.
Is it
Okay,
possible
so
to say this?
hold
Is it
up, go
possible to
ahead.
say this? Is it possible to say that the men that went crazy is not because they're black, it's because it's them? Because Bruce Jenner turned into a woman. And even the brother, Rob, now I know this because my wife watched the show, so I used to see some of the shows. Rob, even that guy had some real serious issues, and he was in the family. Maybe they just toxic to men, period.
Well, she's not a Kardashian. So Kris Jenner was. I mean, I'm talking about the Kardashians,
Well, I'm just talking
the
about the
seed of
family.
Kardashian,
Like
the daddy.
the family is just, I mean, they've figured
So
out how to make money, like
Yeah,
just doing what they do. And that's fine.
yeah.
so
I mean, whatever. I don't want
Respect
any
the
of it.
business model, though. I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
put that on my children, but I can respect the
Yeah.
business.
I
And
okay,
feel that.
I respect Kim K and her prison reform situation she's got going on right now, helping commute some of these sentences. But
so
that's like that's like their redeeming quality.
Yeah,
That's
I
and
don't
it's
think
the
they
attorneys. But go ahead.
I feel that. I feel that.
anyway.
um
They don't need a redeeming quality because
I mean, they don't
they're
need one.
Well, then no one
That's
needs
what it
one.
is.
Well, then no one needs
Exactly.
one.
they
We can
don't.
all be trash. Let's
They
just.
don't need a redeeming quality because they are just human beings living their lives. And if
So
hold up,
that's everybody.
Ebony, they have a demand. People want to see them. Obviously, that's the reason why they're everywhere. They're not everywhere just because they're making themselves. Nobody can make themselves everywhere. You know how many people want to be famous?
And we never said that. The thing was, you said, I don't even see them. I don't even know them. If you don't care, we were
That's what
telling.
Patel said.
So well, whoever said it. So we're saying you don't have to follow them. I don't follow them. Go to my Instagram. You won't see it. But I still see them. I don't have a problem with them, but I cannot sit here and act like I don't see why many people do. So I can't be naive to the fact that when I put on cornrows, it's not professional. If I was to take a picture, I need to take my cornrows out, but they can be on the cover of the magazine. And don't say it's because they're famous. There are many black famous people that have not been able to do the same things.
But that's not right, and that's not fair. That's not
it's not fair, and I'm not hating the Kardashians. I didn't say I was blaming them, but I'm gonna call it out. I can blame when you're in a position of power and you're the Kardashian family. You're like almost U.S. Western civilization. Pop kings and queens.
Okay.
You have this platform, right? So when you see everybody that you are emulating, and then they're not getting the same opportunities, famous or not, it is your job to, at this point, no, I'm not blaming you for it, but when you get to a certain level, you're supposed to speak up.
Okay,
that's why.
Yes, but that's like, okay, that's just like the people that are saying Black Lives Matter. Why aren't you also standing for Black Lives Mattering when black people are murdering black people and stuff like that? Like it's like
no, that's not the same thing.
It's the same thing because how is it not the same thing?
When someone's because people that are, we're talking about Black Lives Matter. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Then let me give this example, and I hope the alcohol doesn't make it where I can't say it right. I remember one time, now I have nothing wrong with homosexuality, whatever people do, but there was a young lady that had a crush on me, right? And I had a boyfriend that found, like, I used to get these notes on my car. I never knew who was leaving these notes. I thought it was a guy leaving these notes. One day I went out and I saw a lady running off after leaving the note. And I was like, oh my gosh, So my boyfriend at the time was like, oh my gosh, you're flattered. I said, no, I'm not. It's not like I'm flattered like I like her. I'm flattered. If you like a woman, then you should like me. I like whoever likes a woman, I think you should like me. Now, does that mean I like you back? No. So, but my thing is, see, y'all laughing. I don't really.
No, go ahead.
I don't even know where I'm going with that anymore.
Anyway, the point
if
that I was making.
I'm a woman, you should like me. If you like women, I'm the woman to like. I don't like you back.
David,
what did you
like
say about Black Lives Matter? Okay, you were saying about when. So you were saying when people say, repeat what you said, Damon.
You're trying to, like, you cannot umbrella everything and say that like they're supposed to tackle all of these different issues just because people are putting them in a certain space. Like, you're expecting them to do things that maybe they will do.
That's why I disagree with you, is because of who they are, the things like, so I don't know about what Regina and Ebony are saying as far as
I don't know what I'm saying either.
Because, well, as far as like the cultural appropriation,
it was funny though.
Okay,
Ebony. It was funny.
So that part, because like when I say I don't follow them, I don't mean like I don't follow them on Facebook. Like, I'm a sports guy, you know what I'm saying? I look at like I don't talk to people that follow, so I really won't see much of the Kardashians at all unless somebody brings it to my attention. So, but the reason why I disagree with you, Damon, is because if they're doing things that are, if they are, pretty much like being culturally inappropriate, they know it. It's been brought to their attention, and when something is brought to your attention because what you're doing is affecting a group of people or is wrong to a race of people, now it's your responsibility to try to understand that and not move forward with continuing to do that. So if they're saying, well, hold on. So if they're saying that they're making money off of being culturally inappropriate, then they know that. But if they continue to make money that way, then I can understand why people don't like them. Because
go ahead.
Now is one. Now, I'm not saying that you can't take black culture and be a part of black culture and make money off of black culture, but at the same time, what are you doing for black culture? So Regina just mentioned the police reform. That's great. So maybe they're starting to do something for black culture. But prior to that, I don't know if they've ever done anything for black culture. I don't know if they've ever
They done
done
made a
anything
lot
for
of
black
black men
people.
happy. They done made a lot of black men happy.
And
On a,
crazy.
on a serious note, I don't know that. I know about the police reform even before Regina said it because I saw it, and it's good that she's doing that. But who's to say? Well, now you're reaching out. Now you're doing something because everybody's doing something. But you could have been done something. Your voice and your name has been there enough.
You can't use that argument, bro. Because
Yes, you can. You can always use that argument.
No,
yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Hey, bro. I didn't say I'm using an argument. I said I'm talking about if other people, I can see how they can say that. I just found this shit out today. I'm not arguing for it or not. I'm saying I can understand how people can see it that way based off of what Ebony Regina just said. Like, if somebody brings something to your attention, you can either ignore it or you can embrace it. And you can either try to change it or you can stay the same. And I believe that what Regina and Ebony are saying is probably very widely believed, and the Kardashians have to know that. It's just a matter of, do they care enough to be different?
Okay, whether something is widely believed or not, that doesn't make it right or whatever. You know.
Well, we're not talking right or wrong.
Yeah, we're not saying right or wrong.
The feelings are valid, but the thing is, no one can say how a black woman feels but a black woman.
So okay, that's like me going to you saying the feelings are valid. I understand. That's like me going to Japanese grandma house or whatever and not taking my shoes off, but me not knowing that I'm supposed to take my shoes off and offending that person, but that person never telling me that I offended them or whatever.
It only makes sense if you never know, and it only makes sense. And it only makes sense. It only makes sense in the Kardashians' case if they never know. But what we're assuming is that they do, because how can they not?
Hey, lower your tone. If you're gonna get louder, put some bass in your voice.
Wait a minute.
No.
But the thing is, if you are going to Japanese grandma house and then you choose to continue to immerse yourself into their family and their culture, it is on you to do the research and to know.
No. It's your
No. At the first time is okay, but when you're making money off of this, you're becoming you're capitalizing off of this entire culture. Then yes, it is your fault. It is. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit up and say, "Oh no, you never knew," because no one told.
So give me the one thing give me the cultural appropriation besides dating black men and marrying black men.
I mean, Kim Kardashian she did wear cornrows, but they didn't call them cornrows. She called them like Fulani braids or something like that, and they were cornrows. We've been wearing those for years, but you call them Fulani braids, girl. Who told you that?
The darkening of the skin.
I'm sure that too. I'm sure somebody went to her and said, "Girl,
so
are you announcing your this brand new style you have as these like Fulani braids or whatever she called them? Those are cornrows. My grandma used to do those in her kitchen. My auntie does I do my own daughter's hair in those same cornrows. So you need to give credit where credit is due, and they don't do that. They consistently fail to say, "Oh, my stylist name is Fulani, but these are actually cornrows." And, the black community's been wearing them for years. And since I have a couple of half black babies, I figured that it was okay if I wore them too.
Damien, do you know what cultural appropriation is?
Have you ever seen the movie White Chicks?
Hey, bro, don't ignore me. Answer my question.
Answer my question. Have you ever seen the movie White
Chicks? Do you know what cultural appropriation is?
Have you ever seen the movie White Chicks?
I've seen it. It's funny.
I saw it too.
The Wayans brothers are hilarious.
Okay, so we don't have a problem with white chicks, but we would have a problem with, I think it was what's that girl name? Something West Coast or whatever. What's that West Coast? The one that's on Ridiculousness or whatever. She dressed up like her favorite artist, Lil Wayne, in blackface, and everybody had a problem with that.
Right. I'm okay with having a double standard. I told y'all that. I'm not gonna sit up and be like it.
Damien, do you know what cultural appropriation is?
Nah, explain it, Master.
No, I just want to know if you know what it is. Y'all don't have to explain it. Regina just gave you an example of it. So, have you ever heard of slowed and reverbed? But you heard of chopped and screwed, right?
That right there.
That's cultural appropriation. So there was a video that was posted last week by Kev on Stage. And it was this white girl talking about, hey, it's this great new thing called slowed and reverb. It's like when you take the music and you slow it down and then you do this, and she used all this different lingo. And then when she played the music, It
It was
was, I
chopped
think
and
it was
screwed.
Lil Uzi Vert. It was there. It was chopped and screwed. That's all it was. It was the exact same thing. And he was talking about Kevin on stage was a comedian, and he was being serious, but he was making a joke about it. How white people do this all the time. They take black stuff and then they change it up, the names of it, and then they use it to make themselves famous or whatever they do with it. And it is our stuff. And everybody on the thread, which most of them was black, was pissed because Chop and Screw been going on since we've been in high school in the 90s, and now they got this slow to reverb. Now if you start hearing about it and the shit get popular, that's what the Kardashians are doing according to what they're saying. I'm saying according to what y'all, because I don't know.
They
Listen,
do.
bro,
They do
I
all the time.
understand what you're saying, Capel, and I totally agree with you. I feel like Sam Cooke is dead because of it. Prince and Michael Jackson may also be dead because of it. I'm one of the major advocates for such a thing or whatnot. What I'm talking about, I'm not talking about cultural appropriation just across the board. I'm talking about the Kardashians. That's it. I'm not talking about anybody else or whatever.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm talking about. What cultural appropriations have the Kardashians committed besides the
Okay.
cornrow thing?
Okay.
I give you
Well,
okay. I
each time
give you
we
that
say
one.
something, you say besides what? Okay.
Y'all haven't said nothing.
We have the browning of the skin. Kylie
Okay,
comes out with lip
okay,
plumper to
okay,
make
okay,
lip.
okay,
No, no,
okay,
no. Let
okay.
me let me
No,
let,
no,
let,
no,
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 no, no,
because
no,
I'm
no,
no,
no.
nope, nope,
You
because
said
I'm
Lip
not.
pause.
You
Let
No,
her
asked a
no,
finish.
question,
no.
Let her
David. You
finish.
asked a
Pumping
Because
her
question.
lips,
I
making
want
her
to
lips
go
bigger.
down the list. We're going
I'm
down the
gonna go
list.
down the list.
No,
Let's talk.
stop right there. Stop right
You
there.
don't get to tell me when to stop. See, appropriation right there.
The browning of the skin or whatnot. So
I'm
we
not
have.
talking about tanning at the beach. So if that's what you're gonna say, you get tan at the beach. I'm talking about when
Have you?
people.
I discussed. Well, we didn't go into it, but Eurocentrism, and Afrocentrism has been going on since the birth of this country. Black
Right.
people and white people have the same culture in this country. I'm sorry, most people probably don't want to hear that, but it's the truth or whatever. Do we have differences? Absolutely, but we do have a lot of the same similarities and stuff like that because we grew up together, as far as we know,
Some of
in
them.
this country or whatnot. All of us grew up around white folks. We grew up watching white television. They grew up watching us or whatnot. I don't like the minstrel show. I think it was disgusting, but it's also flattery. We've never done no minstrel show type stuff or whatever. We're not going around trying to pretend like we white and stuff like that or whatever. You know what I mean? But do
Well, we
these girls?
couldn't. We also
Yes, we
couldn't.
could.
Well,
Have
no,
you
I
ever?
mean now we can. Yeah, and yeah, white chicks and
Oh,
all of
okay. You
that.
talking about
But
as far as that? As far
yeah,
okay.
so it's a lot of things are deep rooted, and I mean even though now we can do it, there's still a subconscious inferiority to do a
Yeah,
lot of things.
absolutely. Do these girls want to be black? Are they getting lip? Not just these girls, but just white women. Period. They
But you
getting lip
said don't go
injections.
across the board. You
They
said don't
getting
go.
lip injections. They getting butt injections or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. They want to be dark. They getting tans and stuff like that or whatever. Of course, some of them wearing natural hair and all of that type of stuff. Absolutely
That
or whatever.
too.
So we can call it out where it exists or whatever. Like, okay, my main thing with people hating on the Kardashians is the fact that just because they famous and because of how Kim got famous, it's like a major issue, and we start bringing up visceral things like what they doing to black men, to those black guys or whatever.
I
Those
think it's
guys
important to
already.
black, but I think I don't. I think the reason why we as black women bring that up, I mean, because it's not really about the Kardashians. We'll bring that up in any circumstance where we see something like that happen repeatedly. That's just something that
Yeah.
kind of tugs at us. And yes, we
So
may not be able to. I think Gina put it together and communicated the issue appropriately, but maybe there's some other words
so
that we
answer this
need to
question.
use.
I got one question or whatever. So we talk about the black men that they dated and how they came out the other end of the situation. Do we say the same thing about Erica Badu?
We do.
Okay.
But we
All
don't.
right.
But I
Just
don't
want
think
to
any
ask
of
that.
those. But I don't think those men are. Became crazy. They start dressing weird. These men
Yeah,
aren't in.
that's
They
it.
aren't in rehab. They're not cracked out. They're
So
not taking care of
is
their
it
children
is it a
anymore.
possibility that they chose these dudes
Oh,
because they got bad taste in men?
yeah. So I had some choices too in life. But what I'm saying is, if you choose to be in a public figure and you choose to always be in the spotlight, then you choose for everyone to nitpick at what's going
I
on.
guess But okay,
Okay, here, no, no,
Travis
no, no,
Scott.
no, no.
Travis Scott is all
I'm
good.
making a
Ain't
joke.
nothing
I'm
wrong with
making a
Travis
joke.
Scott.
Check
Chris
this out.
Humphries is still good. You
No,
know
he
what I'm
ain't.
saying?
No, he ain't.
What's
Let me
wrong? What's
check
wrong
this
with
out,
Chris?
right? All
Go
right,
ahead.
Reggie Bush at the top of his game. The boy killing in New Orleans. Started dating Kim Kardashian.
Broke
Burnt
his leg.
down. Nah.
Broke his
And
leg.
did
Tristan
you see his
Thompson.
wife is a
Tris-
clone of Kim?
Tristan Thompson doing big things with LeBron in Cleveland. Them boys on top of their game. Just won a championship. Started dating Kim Kardashian. Tristan Thompson game went
He didn't. He
down the
didn't date
drain.
Chloe.
Kim. He didn't date
Chloe,
Kim.
wasn't
Well,
it
that's
Chloe?
not that's
Chloe.
Chloe.
No, well,
But
yeah,
remember
Chloe. But I mean the Kardashians.
the basketball player married Kim in his career when the one I think
Mm-hmm.
was in Minnesota.
He was already garbage. He was already
Yeah, he
garbage.
was.
He didn't even. He couldn't. But he couldn't afford to be more garbage, and he became more garbage, and he got kicked out the NBA. So, down the drain. Kanye West. No, Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom was having a terrible career. He revived his career with LA. You know what I'm saying? Playing with Kobe, doing his thing. Then he started dating one of the Kardashians.
Crackhead.
He went back to crack. He went back to crack. Like he ain't stopped doing it. He went back to crack. Kanye West, one of the greatest musicians of all time. Now we admit that we saw him going a little downhill before he got there. But if he wouldn't have went to them,
His mama died.
maybe, just
When
maybe,
his mom passed,
he
yeah.
would have never got to the point he is now.
His mama
Maybe
died.
he'd be okay now.
Well, I guess James Harden is okay because didn't he date Chloe for a little bit, or was that
James
just a rumor?
Harden. James Harden dated her.
Well, I
don't
don't know, but look, we can't never get to win the championship. That might be the reason because
Nah, I'm really joking when I say all that, but at the same time, it is a hell of a coincidence that these careers have like dropped off the face of the earth because of these women. It's a hell of a coincidence. At the very least, it's a hell of a coincidence. I'm just saying.
Y'all finished?
well, we know. Okay, so you feel for the Kardashians like I feel about Beyonce.
I don't feel. I
Yes,
don't
you
feel
do.
for the Kardashians.
You just had a whole argument.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't understand how. Like I don't care about none of these people. They
We don't.
That
We
mean
don't
nothing.
either, but we understand. That was our Gina and I. Like Gina just went down a list of
Man,
how she feels.
they not taking no black men from y'all or whatever. Y'all didn't want none of them dudes to begin with. All of
No,
them, most of
I'm
them
just-
trash anyway.
Like they.
All of y'all are sons. Okay, so that's the way we feel.
All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this. When you are white and you make when you're able to capitalize off of blackness and it's obvious and you don't pay homage, then number one, that's a problem. It is a problem.
Absolutely.
So in reference to that, I understand completely what they're talking about.
Yeah, but they what if they Armenian? What if they not white?
They are Armenian.
You know what? When you are not black, okay, it don't matter if you not white, if you Hispanic or Armenian, whatever you are. If you take anybody's culture, like I felt LeBron James was wrong. He started screaming out Taco Tuesday and then try to brand it.
I don't think he's wrong for that.
I thought he was wrong for that.
I thought he was wrong for that.
Why is he wrong for that?
Because Taco Tuesday was something that he didn't create and people was using it. And if he would have branded it, then people would have been able to get sued for like making shirts and hats and stuff with Taco Tuesday. You can say it's smart. You can say it's smart because it is smart from a business perspective, but it's still wrong.
Bro,
well, I'm glad the court saw it the same way.
Yeah.
Bro, hey, what we looking like on time? I'm gonna have to really figure.
We probably got about 15 minutes, and my audio's straight.
No, it's not, bro. I'm looking at your mic peaking. Cause you keep getting loud as hell, bro.
I'm getting loud because yes, I don't have to look at my mic. I know it's getting loud. I'm getting loud because you're talking that bullshit.
Passionate.
If you passionate, man, start talking with your hands or something. Like stop getting loud and stuff like that or whatever, bro. It's not even.
I just turned my mic down.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna really have to work with your audio now.
You ain't got to work with nothing. You only got to work with it because you're a perfectionist. Everybody else listen to this and be like, "Oh, that was loud," and they keep pushing. You want to be perfection. So like we getting some damn Grammys for sound engineering or some shit. It ain't that damn serious, man.
We're not gonna get them now. Ebony, I protect mine like that. I protect Beyonce like that. Like Capel was trying to talk trash about Beyonce.
Oh no,
Stop
you weren't.
it. Stop with that. Stop. Listen, Ebony, I wasn't trying to talk trash about Beyonce, but I'm very objective. You know what?
It's only one way to be.
We can
You
finish with
either
this. We can finish. No, you. Is wait. Say it again. Is only one
it's
way to
only
be.
one way to be. Either you hating or you
Well,
supporting. It ain't
well,
no
I'm
in
hating.
between.
Well, I'm hating then,
You a
because
hater
if
then.
ain't no in between, then I'm a hater. Because Damon, the conversation was so just to fill y'all in, because Damon was spitting lies on their Telegram. I never said that Beyonce was not queen. I never said that she was not the best. I will say that she is the queen. I would say that she's probably the best artist. It will go down as the best artist in history. But I say
Entertainer.
that not as a fan, because I'm not a fan.
Oh,
I'm not a hater. I don't like. I just her music just never really was like appealed to me. Yes, she has great songs, and some songs I like, and some songs I'm like. But you know, I'm when it comes to R&B, I'm more of a Lauryn Hill or Jill Scott. Like that's just my vibe, a neo soul type. So if I was to give my favorite, Beyonce wouldn't be in it because of that.
Oh, that's understandable.
But her accomplishments and what she's done is undeniable. So I would never say no, she's not the greatest because of this. And when we was talking about like albums and stuff, the reason why I brought up Mary J. Blige is because he was saying, well, Lauryn Hill didn't have enough hits on that album, even though her album outsold Dangerously in Love by like 4 million records. But anyways, that's beyond the point. He was saying she ain't have enough hits. Like he
Try
said,
to throw shade and then
Beyonce,
continue.
Beyonce,
That's what I do.
Beyonce's album, like every song was like he could listen to it back and forth, and he listened to Mary J. I mean, listen to Lauryn Hill's. It was doo wop, that thing, and then X Factor, and then she maybe had 2 more singles, but the whole CD he said wasn't like just super jamming like Beyonce's. And I said, well, maybe because the music was different, even though it's R&B, the vibe is different. Maybe if you compare to somebody like Mary J. Blige, and I said No More Drama, but I meant Share My World, because she has so many hits on that album. So even though I don't believe Mary J. Blige could compare to Beyonce, I was just talking about in comparison and comparing the
those two
album.
albums.
Yeah. So he made it sound like I was saying, oh, compare say Mary J. Blige is better than Beyonce. Man, you know I ain't say that.
Okay. Well, I can't argue with that. I think B is great. And I love a lot of her music. But yeah, I'm more of neo soul. Really, I'm a Sade type chick myself.
I love
That's what
Sade
I put
too.
on when I'm cleaning, when I'm everything vibing. So, but I get it. But I love me some B, and she can do no wrong. Even the songs that I'm not the biggest fan of, is still right to me. So.
What about to say, Regina?
I like Beyonce too. But I also am a fan of neo soul, and I think you can't compare her music to that of Jill Scott or a Lauryn Hill or one Mary J. Blige, because it's not the same. Like Beyonce is a performer. Mary J. has like a signature move. She don't do much, so she's not. She ain't changing clothes 12 times. She ain't jumping out of nothing, getting up on a little, whatever that thing Beyonce did on home. She's not creating productions like Beyonce does. So the two can't be compared.
Yeah.
I love them both.
And it's raw emotion. Mary J. just gives it. It's just. I
Her
went to
best albums are when she's going through something.
And the crazy thing is, I've been to 2 of her concerts, and I used to say, even though I was always a Mary J. fan, especially in the '90s, I used to say for some reason, I thought she couldn't really sing, but I still was a fan. But when I went to her, one of her latest concerts, it was probably some years ago here in Houston. When I tell you, she had me in tears. That song, the child, like he denied the child or something. I was crying like I had been denied. Like I felt every word.
Yeah, she can really sing. I felt like she was a studio singer in the '90s as well. I was like, why?
Oh
Yeah.
Live. When I saw her live in the '90s, she didn't sound
Right.
good.
Yeah. I saw a couple of performances like on like TV and stuff, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah, well she's gotten so much better.
She has
Yeah.
her stage presence, everything. So give it to her too.
I'm not the biggest Mary J. fan or whatever. Like I think she cool, but I don't like her. Like I think New York, she like a staple in New York, and I don't feel like that.
Yeah,
At all.
you probably get stabbed. You go to New York talking bad about Mary J. Boy.
Probably would or whatever. I like her though. She dope. She just she ain't never had. I like I'm Not Gonna Cry. That was probably my favorite Mary J. jam or whatever.
That was from the Waiting to
Yeah,
Exhale
it's,
sound.
Yeah. So
I liked her from 411.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
That was
411?
the first album, huh?
First one, yeah, I got my tape from the flea market. And
Flea
wore
market.
it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one too from over there King's
King's
Mark. But that was
flea
private.
market. That's where I used to get all my tapes.
Man, my favorite screw was man, what's that Mary J the friend song or whatever on Monday, a friend of
Oh
Oh
mine.
yeah.
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
jam.
Man,
7 days.
Yes,
7 days. I think it's
7 days.
now that's my
Yeah.
favorite screw. That was hard.
my favorite. My
That was
favorite slowed
hard.
and reverb. See that shit. Now my favorite screw was regulators. That's the first time I heard screw, and I was like, man, what the hell is this? This is off the
Yeah,
chain.
yeah.
I still, when I listen to regulators, I still hear it with the chopped and screwed
Chop in it,
parts
yeah.
in my head. Like the regular version was dead to me after I heard the chopped and screwed version.
You know, every time the beat, I mean, every time it dropped or every time it chopped, like you remember, like every time it
Yep,
chopped and all of
yep,
that.
yep. I sure do.
Yeah, it
I,
was programming and
for real.
brainwashing.
I remember
Yeah.
going to California with Screw for the first time, and my uncle thought the car battery was dying.
Oh
Oh
boy.
gosh.
Crazy.
Yeah. So we about we at the end of time.
Okay, well, when my drink wears off on another episode, I'm gonna remember that point I was trying to make.
Oh,
So
y'all
we're gonna
some.
come back. What?
Oh,
Yeah,
before
bring
we
it, bring.
leave, just want to let y'all know y'all some busters.
Why?
But
Cause we gang up on you.
yeah, it's all good.
No, I felt like you was trying to be devil's advocate over there. I'm like,
I felt
huh?
like
A
I
little
felt like he
bit.
was being devil's advocate too. I really do
Like, you
feel like he was being
cannot
devil's
sue
Like,
me.
advocate.
why is he fighting us so? Why is he fighting us
Like,
so hard? Just
Oh,
join us.
like,
You can't beat us.
hey, bro,
right.
Cause that makes a good show.
you was very Terry Crews ish about the
Right.
Kardashians just now.
Hey, bro.
Bingo. Ding, 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 ding. That's right,
Hey,
Capel.
I'm just trying to make sure Black Lives Better don't become Black Lives Absolutely Better.
Hey,
Black
have
lives
you heard
only.
that Rick Ross got a new song out? I can't remember what it is. Have you heard it lately? It's one of his latest songs. It just dropped this week, and he makes
Ah.
mention of Terry Crews in it.
Oh no, I'm gonna
Nah,
have
I'm
to
gonna
check
have
it
to
out.
check
I
it
haven't
out.
heard it.
Yeah.
Rose.
All right.
Oh yeah. So don't. This is Acoustic Chef. Don't forget to share, like, download, share, all of that stuff. We love y'all. Thank y'all
Yes.
for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
We out. Acoustic Chef.
Peace.
So.